Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful evening with us on Live with Lloyd. I am your host, astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn. It is an honor and a pleasure to be with you this Wednesday evening on the 8th of November in the year of 2023. Let me do this a second. Get this out the way. Okay. And everybody, I want to thank you very much for joining us this evening. Going to have a very interesting show. There we go. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. I numerologist Lloyd Strayhorn. Anyway, I'm going to have a couple of guests on. They won't be staying long, but they're going to talk about an event that's going to be occurring this coming Saturday, 11/11, in Brooklyn at Nicholas Bklyn. It's probably one of the most popular bookstores in the community of Brooklyn, and we're going to have Brother Red Pill. You know, they're out of Brooklyn. Twin brothers, Red Pill, Blue Pill. They're both Scorpions, Scorpio 5s. Well, Red Pill is coming to New York from Atlanta exclusively to talk about the economics. And we'll be having that in a moment. But before we start that, though, let me tell you about today's cosmic forecast. So it's Live with Lloyd, where the joy of numerology is the joy of learning and enlightenment. So please like, share, and subscribe. I'm finally getting the hang of it. Don't forget, for those of you, our first time, I will not, Live with Lloyd, WWLW, or Lloyd Strayhorn, will never DM you for money. If you're getting somebody in my name asking you for money or it's emergency and you need this reading desperately, that is not me. Okay, so please pass that on. But today is Wednesday, November the 8th of 2023. The sun is still in Scorpio. The moon is still in Virgo. It's going to be changing shortly. It's a 9 universal month. Now, the only thing that has shifted is that it is now an 11 universal week. Okay. I'll explain all that too. And then this is an 8 universal day. So for those who are Capricorns, Aquarians, and Libras, if they happen to be born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th of the month, well, this is your time. I see one of my distinguished guests, my good buddy, Hank Rising Sun, is in the background waiting. And before I do, let me just do this. This is the event coming up. And Red Pill is going to be talking about the future of conscious economics. And don't forget, we're going into an 8 universal year. In other words, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. 8 is about money. It normally is money and authority and power and positions and recognition and things of that nature. And more people are more becoming conscious of the economics. And I think if you've heard some banks that are closing, some people in certain instances can't even get their monies out in certain banks, not all banks, that people get into a panic. And it's very interesting because the stock market crash of 1929 was in October. October is normally not a good time for this country. And in fact, it was last month that a lot of things was happening with the falling stocks, the Feds, the increase in what they call some of the rents and or interest rates and things of that nature. So things are really crazy. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is, and by the way, after that, I'm going to be talking about and answering some of the questions that we had on Monday. See, Monday, I was talking about what number are you, because you're really composed of several numbers, all right? And what happens is you try to get the numbers, and all depends on what number you're looking for, all right? So certain numbers they're all important. It's just that there are pecking orders of their importance, if that makes sense. And what I did was I prepared the graphics, but I didn't have them up ready in time to put them up on the screen. So some people are visual learners. They need to see it with their eyes. Some people can understand it just through words and see it in their minds. But in this case, I have a visual so we can review everything, and then we'll take some calls and whatnot. And it's going to be an interesting day. So, and one of my renowned guests whose birthday is coming up this month is Hank Rising Sun. So I'm going to bring him to the front. Hank, how we doing, buddy? Hank? Can I hear you? Hank, I don't think I can hear you, buddy.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Got you.
You got it?
Got you. Got you.
Yo,
So,
Lord.
Hank, you're the first one to join us. Actually, let me tell you about the event. The event is going to be on Saturday, 11/11 at Nicholas Bklyn at 1396 Fulton Street in Brooklyn, New York City. What's happening is Hank Rising Sun will be there, which they call Uncle Hanky for those that are in the area. That's how they know him. In that kind of love, they show him like that. He's just he and I get together every other week, and we're there at Nicholas Bklyn where you can see us. And since we're both 7, we're very, very partial. Okay, that's how it is. Also, will be joining us is Sister Kufunya, and that should be in a couple of minutes. And also Red Pill. Now, Hank, this event that's coming up on Saturday. Hold up. Hold on. I want to put that on full screen there. Hank,
Okay.
what is that?
All right. This is Mad Science 101.
I know it is.
Inside this pyramid, this is like a clamshell family. Inside is this noble gas called Xenon. Xenon is known for cell regeneration, pain relief, stress relief, amplifies intuition, and puts you in a happy heart zone. So the bottom is made of multi-minerals, and you might be able to see the different colors, maybe. But the complete one is going to be this Saturday, will be a double gold pyramid, but it's hollowed out, family, like this here. Let me show you this. It's hollowed out. You see the little bead in there?
Yeah.
So that's the cup, almost like the cupcake, but this, in here is no cupcake. It's going to be all the ingredients to create a xenon motor. So what that means, family, is after the age of 25, right now, living on the surface of the earth, all of us starts to a gradual decline in the altitude of our youthfulness. All right. On average, women, you got only 20 years on this earth's surface. Men, if you take care of yourselves and if you don't, disperse your vital force to the 4 winds, we might make it to 60 to 80 or 90 if we're lucky. And we have such a short ticket in this life. And I remember, Lloyd, you probably heard of Edgar Cayce.
Yes, right? Of course.
Edgar Cayce, family, said Atlanteans stayed in their 20s for thousands of years through the application and use of crystals. Listen, I ain't no 25 no more. And I find that having certain crystals, certain orgone pieces on, makes me feel like riding my bicycle. Now I'm feeling like doing push-ups. And the other day I had to get me a little portable JBL speaker because I started riding my bike like I was roller skating. So we're going to have these at Saturday for purchase, for you to invest. Like a miseducation and the colonization of our minds is when, Lloyd, somebody says, what's the damage for that? I'm like, damage? I put in 40 years of research and development. This is an investment.
Yes.
This is an
investment. In fact, this is mine. Is that correct?
You got the strong one.
Yeah.
That's a strong one, family.
Yep.
And inside of his pyramid is the xenon. Now, what happens is the xenon literally has an energy field surrounding it. No batteries needed, because I've shared about xenon before on other platforms. Special shout out to Brother Rich. Acknowledgement to our brother who's now made his ascension, Brother Panic. Want to also acknowledge you, Lloyd, for having me on before. And we spoke about xenon. And women would put them in their bras, men would make a mask with it, and it would literally, I would get testimonies of their miracle regeneration, and sisters would be sitting up firm and upright, where gravity was pulling them down,
Sure.
Staying PG, staying PG.
Well, you
And
know what happens is Sister Kufunya Star Rebel has joined us too, so we're going to bring her on.
Yeah.
Look
there's
at
that
you,
Leo
you
no doubt.
yourself, Leo lady. Look at you.
Ooh, look at the pyramid above her head, Lloyd. Family, look at the
Huh?
pyramid.
The pyramid.
Yes.
You got a pyramid halo, Kufunya.
Thank you. we had
Kufunya, how you doing,
a
dear?
I am thankful and grateful to be here with you, Brother Lloyd, and my big brother, Unc Rising Son,
Uncle Hanky.
Uncle Hanky Wanky.
And you know what's interesting? All three of us are number sevens. All three
I'm
of us.
telling you. Oh my God.
Yeah, we're
It's
all number
amazing.
sevens. Brother Panic was a number seven also.
Oh, he
What?
was?
Yes, he was.
Ah,
That
The
was
seven
very
Jedi.
Yeah.
wow.
That's
So
what I'm
anyway,
saying.
Kufunya, you and Monique from Nicholas Bklyn has put together a kind of like a tour, shall we say, a kind of like a tour where they're not touring the country, but touring where you've been bringing on several weeks. You had Kaba on last time. You had
Ross
other people
Ben.
on. That's right, Ross Ben this time.
And then
Now you're gonna have,
We had Evan to kick it off from
yeah.
Barcelona, Spain.
Yes, that's right. I remember. Now,
Right?
how did you and Monique come up with this rotating? And now you're going to have Red Pill coming up. I hope he can join us too, because he's going to be the main feature of Saturday, 11/11. And I think it's interesting. It's 11/11.
Wow. I mean, when Monique and I were putting the programs together, we would like to advance the date for, the next coming month. And I had no idea in the beginning that it was 11/11. And I said, oh my God, this is a portal opening for people to grasp the information that Red Pill is coming with Unc Rising Sun is coming with, and yours truly, Lloyd Strayhorn is coming with, and last but not least, myself bringing the sound bath meditation. So Monique and I said, we were, going over a couple of people and what we should name the series. So we named the series Spiritual Legacies.
That's nice. That makes a lot of
I
sense.
know.
That
Isn't it
makes so much
wonderful?
sense. Yeah.
Spiritual legacy. So we reached out to, at the time when Evan came, we didn't have a name yet. And I think when Ross Ben came, we were focusing on the knowledge of the Nomo, the doggone people, and their connection with ancient Kemet. And when it came around for Kaaba, we said, oh, spiritual legacies. So that's what we're doing. And on the 11/11, the portals are open already, actually. And Lloyd, more than likely, you'll be explaining or giving knowledge to what that 11/11 means to us and the whole planet and the universe.
Sure.
So Monique is a Sag, and I'm a Leo, and Unc Rising Sun is a Sag too. So we're bringing the fire, and of
All that
course,
fire.
Lord,
Yeah.
you bring the calmness of the age of Aquarius,
Yeah.
right?
And air. And
And
air.
air. So we can't do anything without the air to bring that fire.
I tried to tell people, I don't know why they don't listen to me, Kufunya. Okay.
I'm telling you, it's
And of course,
amazing.
Red Pill is a Scorpio. His birthday is coming up on November 14th. He and Blue Pill,
Yes.
their birthday. So, but I think it is so. Listen, as much as these guys are busy and now moved to Atlanta, how in the world did you get Red Pill to talk Red Pill to come to New York again? Because
Well,
Brooklyn is his home.
because you know, we were doing the spiritual legacies. He's doing a lot to empower the youth and the big children, you know, such as myself and the adults who will be attending. And the most important thing for me when we were putting these spiritual legacies together is for our youth, because youth 17 and under are free to come in to learn about what Red Pill is bringing to the table. And he liked it. I mean, he saw what we did with Kaba and Ross Ben, and him and Ross Ben have been doing Patreon classes together. So, you know, we just said,
That
hey,
was the
let's
natural
talk to
fit.
them.
Yeah, the natural
Yeah.
fit, you know?
Yeah, and Ross Ben may be coming. That's a little bit of surprise, you
Well, I hope he
know.
does. That should really be a great event this coming Saturday. Now, what are the hours of the event at 1396 Fulton Street?
So the doors are at 6, and we're more than likely going to start the program in time. And we're also having a pre-event with this particular person who is going to be talking about the corruption within the police force. And
Okay.
he did a documentary, and you know, it's going to be a very short presentation because the menu, you know, we have our menu. We got Unc Rising Sun on the menu, we got you
My
on the
buddy,
menu, we got
my
me
buddy.
on the menu. So the menu is delightful. And then we have our vendors. Whew. We have our vendors, and we have Right Essential with Marie Wright. She's bringing in that food for the mind, body, and spirit. We got the sister from Eritrea. She's going to be doing the henna.
Mm-hmm.
And we have other vendors
Gabriella.
that are going to be coming through. Go ahead, Unc. Did you want to say something, honey?
Her name is Gabriella.
Now, you sound garbled for some reason.
Who,
I don't
me?
know why. No, Hank.
Oh,
Hank,
yeah,
not
he
you. You're
does.
crystal clear.
Yeah. I was going to mention that. Maybe he should come
No,
out and
Hank.
come back.
Let's see. Here, talk, Hank.
Test 1 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe what happens if you back up? Sit back and talk a second. See what happens.
Test 1.
Yeah,
Um,
it's still like
yeah,
you're
still kind of
dialing in
garble like.
from planet Saturn.
Well, look, that means he's going to join us again.
Yeah.
Okay. But I
So
think this is great, Sister Kufunya, because what now you do something that's amazing. You have about a line of about 5 to 6 bowls, and
yeah, I'm gonna have
these are your sound bowls. What? Tell us about
yes.
those.
Well, word sound power, Brother Lloyd. It's like the frequencies. Like when we speak in frequencies, and the sounds carry certain frequencies as well. So if you're thinking very positive about what you want to bring, you only want to speak that magic, that abracadabra, that as I speak, I create. And
Sure.
knowing that we are the divine essence of the Most High, that we're in the mind of God, and whatever name you want to call that. And also we're in the mind of God, and that entity is also in us as well. So when we have the sound frequencies, it ups the cells, because every cell has a brain. You know what I'm saying? And
Sure.
it clears your chakras and everything. And it's like when you're thinking, those thoughts are being carried over those sound waves. And so what I also do is I go around the room with the bowls so people can actually feel the frequencies of the sound bowls. I love them. I'm going to be
I know. I
bringing,
mean, it's just awesome to see you in demonstration. And the last one we had Brother Kaba, you, Hank, myself.
yes,
I mean, it was literally packed house, and it's supposed to be from 6 to 9, but they lied. We went almost about 10 o'clock. I mean, it was like
yeah,
that.
10, about
I mean,
10:30
it
or
was
so.
so
Yeah.
awesome. Now,
Yes.
Hank. Now, Hank. Let's see how you sound, buddy.
Test 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Perfect.
mwah,
My man.
mwah.
My man. Perfect. Perfect. Now, Hank, what are you going to be? Now, first of all, you were demonstrating your newest invention from your lab, which I have here, and then
Kufunya,
you have
yep.
what you call it? What's inside of it? You said
Xenon.
a
That's a
xenon.
noble gas for regeneration and psychic activation. And what it does, it seems to restore voltage. Even though it's inside of the pyramid, the energy is amplified by the geometry of the pyramid, and your body recognizes the energy. And the biggest thing that is really amazing is the detox testimonies. I've had people
What do
say,
you mean,
"Oh,
the detox testimonies?
they had to do." Somebody said, "Oh, I thought I would just needed to let go of some rain, and I actually had to let go of thunder from God only knows what decade." And it said it was like it came from deep within the bowels of this vegetarian. And I was like, "That's interesting."
Yeah.
And I could tell you, I had at least 2 incidences where I had to run from the parkway and hobble back up to my apartment after having the xenon on my body, and it started doing a deep cleansing. So make sure you drink a lot of water, family, when you get your pyramid, because the first thing that the body does when there's energy is detox. So
Hank, how did you come across this idea of merging a xenon bulb inside the pyramid? I mean, you're always inventing. I mean, so when I come to your house, I call it the lab. It's not a place. It's not your apartment. It's a lab.
yeah, it was to prevent the bulbs from cracking, because I actually went through the experience of wearing light bulbs of the xenon on my chest, but I was like, this isn't practical, because if you bump into someone, you will literally, there's a chance that the fragile bulb can crack. So I was like, what can I do? And the best time to get downloads, family, is about 3 a.m. till dawn. And that's when the ideas start coming through. That's when ancestors give you suggestions. The magic isn't midnight. The magic is 3 a.m. till sunrise.
That explains why they said it is best to meditate between those hours. Now I understand why.
Yeah. The static in the background.
Yeah, you
Coco
still got
Lock,
some static going
got some
on.
steam coming up because it's getting cold outside, and I came in the house.
Okay. Well,
So
listen,
after I
we
put
have
the
no
sauce
control over that.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether Red Pill is going to be joining us in the moments that we have remaining, but I wanted to let them know, at least out of the 3 stars, there's 2 of them are going to be here. Both of them are fire signs. My one of my favorite ladies, and then I love my Leos too. So Kufunya and I, and it's interesting because I think I first met you at East West Books. That's, in
That's
fact, you
right.
introduced me
And
to East
Unc,
West
I
Books.
met Unc there too. That was so
Really?
ironic. Yes, I did. And
You're
I
on
was
Allie
the
East West
only
introduced us.
I
Remember?
was the only fly in the milk there.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, I know. And you
Mhm.
brought me there, and
Yes.
that's how I met
Oh,
Allie. That's how I met Allie, and so this is a very, very
soul
small
connection.
world.
Special
Very
acknowledgement
small
to
world.
Allie, wherever she may be, with her Capricorn, January 19th reality.
Yeah,
Yep.
somewhere in Egypt, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right
that's
next to
right.
the
She's in
pyramid.
Egypt. Yep,
Yeah.
that's right. So
Maybe. Because she
so
likes to
we
travel.
we've been
Maybe.
we've been knowing one another for at least 10, 15, maybe 20 years, because I started in East West Books in 2007, and when it closed in 2010, I met so many different authors. I even believe that Brother Panic, Brother Red Pill, and a whole lot of those other people that I didn't know used to come in there and get their bucks. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
It was a amazing experience for me. I learned so much. Most of my library, I would say 50% of my library, comes from East West Books and Yoga Studios. And the
Mhm.
opportunity that the owners gave me to present my own
Yeah, no,
workshops and
they let
everything.
you just be you. Okay.
Exactly, exactly. And my company was birthed in I think it was 2008, Crystals for Everyday Living. That's the name of my company, Crystals for Everyday Living, and now Kufunya.com. And my website should be launching very shortly. And I love what I do. I love working with the crystals. I love working with the sound bowls. I mean, we used to heal people when they came in the store. We would lay them out on the carpet and I would put the bowls on top of them. And the funny thing, at first, I was really afraid to play those quartz bowls, but one gentleman there sat me down and said, Kufunya, you can do it. And from there is my story.
I know you stretched out, and I know that was my introduction to East West Books, and I heard about it, but because of you, I've really had an entree into it and met Ali and a host of other people, and it was
Oh,
really nice.
yeah.
It was really, really nice.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And I always love doing events, because myself and King Simon used to do all of these big events in Manhattan. We were promoting the Palladium at the Palladium when it was open,
sure.
the Roxy, what's the name of that one on 13th Street? Oh, I can't remember that name. That was Irving Plaza. We did shows at Irving Plaza. We did it all. I mean, I put up post. Oh man, let me tell you, I'm going to be writing about this.
Well, let me tell you this. That's exactly what we're going to be doing this Saturday. Let me put this up so people can see, and please
Yes,
take notes. Red Pill is going to be live. I wish he was here, but for whatever reason, but he may not be here with us digitally, but he will be with us in reality on this Saturday, 11/11,
11/11.
the
Woo!
future of conscious economics and how to utilize your knowledge and your gifts and talents and skills to create multiple income streams. And let me tell you, the way this economy is now, it is best to have a whole lot of things coming from different ways. And that's going to be November the 11th from 6 to 9 p.m. at 1396 Fulton Street. And let me tell you, I was telling people going into, for lack of a better way description, going into Nicholas Bklyn is like going into Target or Walmart. You just can't go in there with one item. You come
Right.
out with several items. You just have your money or your card ready when you go there. I mean, from books to incense to teas to soaps to oils. I mean, it's just crystals and it's
Yep.
just amazing. Now, let me ask you this, Hank. Your show is called Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. So everybody, so I don't know why it's so garbled, Hank. I know it's not your fault because I've had you on before. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to have you back on again too. Crystals. How did you get into crystals too, Hank?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It's still muffled.
muffled.
Yeah.
It's muffled. Out again. Come back. Okay, try one more time because then we're going to move on. All right. So,
Yeah.
Kufunya,
Yes.
I want to thank
Yes.
you so much for this. So now, one last word about what you're going to be doing, which is a host of a lot of things, hosting, giving direction. Only a Leo can. I'm so proud of you, Leo. Okay.
I'm very proud of you, Lloyd, and I'm glad that we're in each other's life,
Yeah. Yeah.
and basically I will be the host, but also I will be directing,
Yes,
how
you
the
do.
flow of energy is going to be going. But to open up the way, I'm going to have the Tibetan bowls, and then I'm going to have the greatest force in the universe is that love rose quartz, pure rose quartz crystal bowl to accent my Tibetan bowls.
That's nice. And I know you always do meditation. You always start off with
Yeah, we're
meditation.
going to do a
Then go.
meditation. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And
it's
Ankh will join in like he did before the I am,
yes.
part of the
Yeah.
meditation while we're
Yeah.
playing the bowls. And brother Raphael will be on the drums.
Yeah, yeah. And because Hank always gives while to the ancestors,
Yes,
So
yes,
let's see if we
it's
can get
very important. It's
Let's see if
very
we can get Hank
important.
one more time. Hank, can you hear us before we close out?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Oh,
Perfect.
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 I don't know
Perfect.
why. I had that problem with Brother Rich too with the laptop. And now I'm on my cell phone. Crystal's family started it when I was a kid, started collecting rocks. And
Really?
Dick Gregory encouraged me to question everything. So it's just been one thing to another. And we all can tap into crystals. I think we genetically know there's some kind of dormant magic inside of crystals. I think we can feel it. Children feel it when they collect
Oh,
rocks
immediately.
immediately. Uh, we're attracted to certain shapes. Like what's captivating my mind right now is Kufunya's African rap, and
Yeah,
on
I mean,
top of
she's
that is the
looking
pyramids.
gorgeous, boy. I said, where'd you get that from? Like, yo, look at her.
My good friend from Nigeria brought this fabric back for me, and I said, you know what am I going to put on tonight? On show, I had the blue mud cloth on, because we were communicating, and I just said, okay, let me put on this orange and green, for the heart chakra, and for the orange is the sacral, where we're going to create that magic, that abracadabra, vibration. And I just decided to
Well,
put
let
it
me tell
on.
you
So
this.
thank
It's
you.
working. It's definitely working. It's definitely
Yeah,
working.
you
Now,
and you
Hank,
gotta.
before we get off, what you were saying now about the crystal since you were a
Oh,
kid at
sorry
Dick
about
Gregory?
that.
No, no,
Uh,
don't you worry. Don't you worry, Kufunya. You be you.
Okay.
Yeah, don't you
oh,
change.
this Saturday we will have because Kufunya, she grabbed me by the neck and was sweeping me like across the floor, saying, "You better bring tea." So I'll have the Kinkaliba tea, which Dr. Sabi said is basically a regeneration tea that also heals everything except death.
You had it last time. You had the
Yes,
tea there
That's
last
right.
time.
and
Yeah.
I'll give the free samples, but I will have packets for availability for exchange. But I always like
Good.
to give free samples because when you go to a party, you always want to bring something. Whenever you come
Yes.
somewhere, family, the Southern way, you don't go empty-handed saying, give me what you got." You go in and say, "I got some chips," or I got some iced tea, or "I got some lemons," and then we can make some lemonade. So I'm bringing the tea, and if y'all want to bring some uh, potato chips, if somebody want to bring sweet potato pie,
I could tell what's on your
being a
mind,
holiday.
buddy. But let me say this about you too, and I've been knowing y'all now for at least 15, 20 years. You'll always give.
Yes,
That's the
I.
thing. Now, yes, you have items that you can purchase and made available
Yes.
to the public, but the one underlying trait about the both of you, I've noticed you're always giving. And Hank, I got almost everything you give me, I still got in my possessions right now. Everything, everything.
Yep.
What's
From the
happening?
magnets to this to that, you know. So
Yep.
I don't know where Hank went. Oh, there
Oh,
he is.
there he is.
There he
You
is.
see
Good,
me?
good, good.
Am I there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're here.
So,
But
family,
now
be
let me say
generous
this
going
to
into
you,
the
the
holidays.
viewers, to the viewers that are coming Saturday. Yes, they give, but we also want to support all of them. Uh,
Yes.
blue pill, I mean, excuse me, red pill. Shucks, he might even bring blue pill with him since I said it subconsciously.
You never know.
Definitely,
Oh,
definitely Kufunya, because I remember one time she did something. She could the first people she was giving out actually crystals. I never forgot
Yes.
that. Hank, well, that's a given. He's always giving something. He can't help himself, you know.
Yep.
But what I'm saying is, it is nice to give, but let
yes.
us now, since we're going into the holidays and we like to brag about how much money we spend for this, that, and the other, let's come and spend amongst ourselves.
That's
Yes.
right.
That's all I'm
Let's
saying.
circulate. Let's
Support the
Let's
circulate.
vendors, support Hank Rising Sun, support Queen of Sister Kufunya. You know what I'm saying? And
play Monopoly,
all
family.
of them
Play
there.
Monopoly. Don't
Huh?
come with no empty pockets. You
You
better
know?
bring some change with you.
Yeah.
You
Now
don't
that's
go
revenue.
downtown with no money. You don't window shop during the holidays. Window shopping's in the summertime. Come and invest in the artists. Come
The
get your henna
vendors,
done.
Yeah,
Come get your
yeah,
reading.
yeah.
Come get your Kinkaliba tea. And come
right?
get your pyramids. And Brother Marvin, he's supposed to be on also. He's going to be joining us, Kufunya and
Oh,
Lloyd.
good.
Oh
Lloyd,
well, there's gonna be a well-rounded event this Saturday, 11/11.
Yes, it is, because the portals are open. And of course, when the children come to my table, I always ask them, what's their favorite color? And they tell me, I said, give me 3 of your colors. And then bam, they get a crystal. And they're so excited when that happens.
Well,
Oh, I
actually,
just
the
And
got a
I
children are
love
message.
more
doing
open
that.
and receptive to feeling the energies than adults.
Yes.
I just got a message, Lloyd, from Monique. Thank you, Monique. She said, send Red Pill the link. And I'm getting ready to send him the link right now, Lloyd, if you got a minute.
Okay, I
I know you're
thought he
busy.
did get the link, but at any rate, I'm about to wind this up because I have another segment that I have to do. But let's see.
So can you
Let's
give him?
hold on. Let's hold on a little
Yeah.
bit longer. Let's hold on a
Yeah.
little bit
I said
longer.
link has been sent to him.
Okay,
Yes.
good, good.
So this is a lot of fun for me, and me and Unc Rising Sun, we're the two comedians, because we feed off of we
Yeah,
feed off of one another,
yeah,
you
that's
know.
true.
Yes, and I love the
It's a
fact
Leo
that,
Sag Aquarius party.
yeah,
Three
exactly.
amigos.
Exactly. And the thing of it is that people, you know, we in this society spend over $1 trillion with other people. It's time for us to stop that.
Yeah, but
Support
we've been saying it
those.
for a long time. So talk is cheap.
Yes,
At the old days, they said you can show me better than tell me. And I think
exactly.
that that is the level that we need to get to at this point. To be starving in the midst of plenty where we support everybody else but ourselves just seems counterintuitive and definitely not smart.
Yes, not smart at all. And I think, like I said, the unveiling continues. And I know that people's, those sun rays that are coming and those different downloads that are happening to people, I think our people are beginning to overstand, not understand, overstand the importance of supporting your community. Like King Simon would say, and shout out to King Simon, he would
My
say,
buddy.
our our money doesn't even last in our community even 24 hours. That's not good.
Yeah, well, we
That's
better
not
start
good.
wearing more crystals so we can keep that money crystallized.
Yeah,
Yes, it's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
It's true. It's
But I
true.
tell you
And
this, folks, I vouch for these two on my show right now that they are the best of the best. Their hearts are all in the right place, and the one
yeah,
thing again, they are givers, not just givers of information, but give in other things that help you be
yes,
better persons and whatnot like that. So that's why when Kufunya Monique says, "Lord, you want to be part of this," is the
yeah,
answer is
he
yeah.
is.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
is. He
So I
has to
think
be.
only with the exception, I missed one because I was out of town that time. But over and
Right,
above
exactly. But we had you covered, my brother. We had you covered. And
that,
I love the formulation that we have. We all bring something to the table. No one is no higher than the other.
no,
And
no.
when we have our discussions, it's a collective vibration, and that's the most important thing, that we should collectively, you know, assist one another while we can, even if it's a kind word. Like, how you doing? How can I help you? Whatever. You can do that. That raises the frequency of the people as well.
Well, what we
Lloyd,
do
So,
is
I
we
just
want.
got a text from Monique said, please post the Eventbrite link in the chat.
do we have
To be
anybody?
honest, I don't quite know how to do that, but I have my moderator. Perhaps she will, and
Yeah.
I will do that. And by the way, it's on the screen here too. I do believe Eventbrite.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I'm not kind of tech. You know what I'm saying? When I go through this, but
me neither. I'm
you'll
learning
go to
too.
Eventbrite.
Well,
And
I'll tell you what I
also,
did notice.
what is Monique's number at the store? They can call the store also.
Yeah, it's 718. I think 858 4400. I think. Let me double check. Let me double check.
Well, while
Yeah,
you
yeah.
checking, let me tell you something, family. What I watch, I peekaboo sometime and watch what's going on at Lloyd's table when he's doing a reading. And family, he sets up. Lloyd, you actually create a vortex between yourself and the person you're reading that is almost like a heat wave bubble of energy that I find to be quite amazing because it's like y'all there, but you're not there. And family, if you want to get a reading like no other, you got to experience where Lloyd takes you while you're sitting at the table. And that's some
I'm
really
telling
magical
you.
stuff you're doing, bro. I'll be
See,
watching
y'all
you.
need to cut that out.
I'll be watching you. I'll be over there sipping my tea and sharing tea, and I'll be cracking my little
No,
eyes
y'all
over there,
need to
see
cut
what's
that
like
out.
over there with Lloyd. And Lloyd has a miraculous, and everybody wake. They seem like they leave your table like they're luminous and happy, and like it's like you show them where the hope
Yeah, but
lies in
that's
their
your
numbers.
table and Kufunya's. Oh, that's what we do.
That's
That's
what
how
we
we
do.
roll. That's
And
how we
King
roll.
Simon, when he does his numeration uh things that he does, I mean, he's another wonderful giver as well. And the
Yes, he
phone
is.
number that I gave out is the correct number is 718-858-4400.
Repeat
Nick,
that one more time for those that's going to be there Saturday and want to know Eventbrites and other things before they get there. The number
okay,
again is
718
mm-hmm,
858
mm-hmm.
4400.
Good. Well, Kufunya and Hank, I want to thank you very much. The time is gone by, but I'm glad we extended it. I don't know what happened with Red Pill, but I know this. If you want to see him in the flesh and talking about the consciousness, this will be the event to attend. The future of conscious economics.
Economics.
And we're
That's
going
right.
into the year of the eight, which is about money anyway, and finances and economics and
I'm coming
investments
to
and
your house,
land and
Lloyd.
things.
Hey, listen, if you go Cafunia, make sure you get that shirt off his back. I want to stretch it out to a 4X because that's a nice shirt you got there, brother. And
Thank you.
Red
It's
Pill
one of my
Oh
said,
favorite colors,
yeah.
by the way. It's one of
"Yo,
my
family,
You
favorite
check
see
colors.
out
you
that
That's
see
why I
photo."
think
mine?
yes, I
Assets,
see.
not liabilities.
Yeah, well, that's why this is what this is going to be about on Saturday. Assets,
Yep.
not the liabilities. And I think we've been in the liability section far, far too long.
Too
And we need to
long.
kind of shift the paradigm, as they say, on that and
Y-
whatnot. But
Yes,
Kufunya,
I.
thank you so much. And Hank, you my best. You know I'm going to see you Saturday, both.
Yo,
Okay.
bring that shirt, 4 extra large.
I will. I will. I will.
Hey,
Y'all
Red
have a
Pill said
blessed
he's
day, okay?
backstage. Lloyd, Red Pill said
Huh.
he's backstage.
Oh, just bring him in for 2 minutes.
Okay, ho. Let me see. Okay. Red pill. Red pill.
Peace,
Oh, red
family.
pill.
Yeah, yes.
Peace, Baba Lloyd. Peace, Uncle
Hey, how are
Hank.
you, sir?
Peace to yeah. All is well. I do want to say I really apologize. I'm not one to be late for appointments like this. I just been running around real crazy because I got to fly out tomorrow, and
No, and
I
not
just
only that, but you're in your 52-day critical cycle too, just before your birthday in a couple of days. So it makes perfect sense to me. But don't worry. The point is, and I like the fact that they can't see you because that way they'll be more curious to come out to see you. Okay.
right,
So there's
right.
always, wherever there's a disadvantage, there is an advantage. And the advantage is to come and see you live and in person because you and your brother are dynamic. You guys have been so ahead of the curve on a
Yep.
lot of things where we're just catching up. And I think
Yes,
that, well, let me say this before we do go.
yes.
What made you talk about conscious economics, Red Pill?
Three things. One, I had my ear to the ground for the year of 2023, and I was listening to what the people were saying, and I heard that a lot of people were financially in stress. And I also went to a convention this summer from EYL, Earn Your Leisure, the same people that are behind that T-shirt slogan,
Yeah,
assets
yeah.
over liabilities. And I saw a stadium that was filled up, a football stadium filled up with entrepreneurs, and everywhere that I turned, they knew who I was. Right, these were couples, these were brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? Like it was people from all walks of life, and they were just applauding, and they were giving us, credit for helping them inspire and to help them basically see the gifts and the talents and the powers within them. And the majority of the people that I was talking to were selling products that will be considered the conscious economy, lifestyle, right? Either apparel, healthcare products, skincare products. There was a brother who had a whole Seymour setup. I'm talking about an empire. And we are firmly integrated into what is known as black economics. For all my Moors out there, do a push-up every time I say black, and you might be, and the
Listen, are you going to bring
economics.
your gold water and sea moss?
I will have some gold
Some,
water.
please.
Yes, the Seventh Heaven Sea Moss, aka Creamy Crack. That's Blue Pill's propriety. So if he manages to pop up, then I'm sure he's gonna have that with him.
Okay, good, 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 good.
Yes.
Well, we
So
can't
and
wait.
and you
Okay,
know what?
let me let you finish. Let
yes,
me let
He
you
has
finish.
new music, y'all.
yes, new music. Yes, my
Red
new music.
opals,
Yes, yes, big things, big
big
tune right there,
things,
big tune.
right?
So I said we don't have enough representation because although I saw multiple billion-dollar businesses that can be termed consciousness, I don't see the community both talking about it. I don't see the community supporting them and celebrating these businesses. I don't see the community doing more celebrating than complaining, right? Because whatever you put your mind and your focus to, you're going to give it energy. Yeah, I could come to
Facts.
Brooklyn and talk about what's going on overseas, and I could give y'all a little bit of history, but I'm giving more that has enough energy on it right now. They are harvesting and they're pulling from our collective energy in that so quote unquote situation. Why? Because we are completely ignorant to what's going on. So you fear what you don't understand, and
True.
things that you're ignorant of, those who have the knowledge of it have power over you. So what we are witnessing right now is the war on higher principalities. It's a spiritual war, it's an information war, and it's a culture war. But with all that being said, it is most important to take care of our families and to be able to get our affairs in order. So we know that the year is winding down, inflation is going crazy, people are losing their homes and all kind of stuff. I'm bringing solutions because it's been 1 year since AI 2.0 took over, and I know people whose lives have changed for way for the better, right? I'm talking about
Hmm.
people that have been made millionaires just off of because of the fact that they are intelligent and they were able to solve problems, and they created products and services and utilized the AI as a partner or as a co-worker to help propel them and push them back past their competition, and they left them in the dust. So AI won't take your job, but somebody that's using AI most definitely will. I'm going to bring solutions, I'm going to bring tools, and I'm also going to bring receipts. So on
All
that
right.
note,
Wow, you go, you
yeah,
go.
I need
Everybody
Brooklyn to
needs to be
show up.
there.
I
And
need
as
the whole
quiet as
New
it's
York. I
kept,
need
go ahead.
Jersey. Yeah, Ross Ben is going to be in the building. I need Philly to pull up. I need Connecticut to pull up. You feel me? And if you can't make it, I need you to tap into the live stream to watch this thing in 4K, live and direct, and be a participant to the solution based agenda, not the quote unquote problem. Because the people that have been talking about the problems, it hasn't helped propel them in
No.
one iota since they started talking. And we all paying attention.
And
Red
And
pill,
and
this is great.
banks
Last
are
word, Kufunya.
firing
Last
people.
word.
Unc was speaking. Go ahead, Unc.
Listen, quiet as it's kept. The the major banks are firing people, but they want to keep it out of the news media because AI is taking over.
And in fact, I was reading an article not recently that a bank had closed and the people couldn't get their money out.
Oh
Yes, I
boy.
just had a meeting today with a black-owned bank downtown in Atlanta called Unity Bank. They're based out of Texas, and we had that conversation about the banks and whatnot. And you know what this sister told me? It was the branch manager and whatnot. She told me that deposits are a liability.
I heard that
What?
too.
Yeah. Because
That's
she said
crazy.
what happened, right? She said deposits are a liability, huh?
No,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Red Pill.
She said they're a liability because of what took place with these banks recently, where they collapsed it on a run on the bank and whatnot. So she said if all melanated people, like if she said if 40% of their customers came to the bank to take out the money, they will collapse it that day.
Yeah, because
Wow.
each bank only carries but so much money is available. Everything else is in the form of loans and credit
Right,
Credit.
and other
right.
things. But listen,
But
I don't listen. Let us say no more because we want people to come out to this event
Right.
to be. And let me put this up again because Red Pill is the main speaker. He's coming up exclusively from Atlanta to share the future of cosmic economics, and it's also about how to generate multiple income streams, and this is very
yes,
important. So for
yes,
those
that's
that are
needed.
just depending on one thing, and let me tell you, Red Pill, before I go, everything is so expensive, man. I mean, really, they're charging thousands of dollars for a studio.
Yes, they
They're
are.
charging thousands of dollars where you can't even get a queen size bed into the bedroom. We ain't talking about
Right.
That's
queen
right.
size,
That's right.
it's
And
full size.
right. And
Okay.
people are getting priced out of New York. People are getting pushed out of New York, and there are elders and other people who are suffering in New York because of inflation, because of the high prices, and because some of them are not tapped into the new economy. There are three new economies that I want to just leave y'all with. There's what is known as the creator economy, there's the passion economy, and there's the digital economy. There are 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 year olds making $100,000 a month. Okay, so yeah,
Wow.
so when the younger generation is like, because they're the ones that are going to be moving into these white castles that they're building in the hoods that are regentrified and whatnot, they're appealing to the younger generation because the younger generation is tapped into the digital economy. The digital economy is not the same as the physical old school economy, right?
and
Those
that
numbers,
happened, and that happened because of, you know what, in
yeah,
2019, a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
of people became creators and stuff like that. Just
yeah,
wanted to say that. And also,
yeah.
one other thing, uh, if you can't come to the event, of course, check out the live stream or gift a ticket to someone, anyone, if you cannot make it.
Oh, and by the way,
Yes.
seating is limited.
Right.
Seating is limited. And I'm telling you, it's a first come, first serve. Because the last time I think at the one we had
Standing
most
room.
recently, people were standing. And I like how the brothers got up and gave the seats to the sisters. Okay.
Yes.
So there's still some things that's going on. Red Pill, listen, I look forward to seeing you, Hank. Thank you very much. And you, Sister
Sure.
Kufunya, you're the best, honey. Thank you very, very much.
Just
All
like
righty.
you. Thank you, Red Pill, for coming in, Unc
Thank you
Rising
so much.
Sun.
Yeah, and have a
Uh,
safe trip up to New York, man. I look forward to seeing you and everything and bringing myself current with you. This is going to be a very exciting weekend. This 11
Yes.
11. All righty.
yes, I.
11/11, the portal, y'all. Let's do it.
All right.
One
I
love. Thank you
say.
for, thank you.
Ashe.
And Hank, you're the
Asheo.
best. Hank, you know you my brother. Love you too, man. That's how we
Yeah.
roll.
See y'all later.
Okay.
All right. One love.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Okay. So let me do this. Okay, everybody. That was great. Now, well, I thought it would be about 15, 20 minutes. You see, it didn't happen that way because what I want to do is review some of the numbers. But let me just do this. I was explaining on Monday that you're more than just a number. You have a long range number, you have a short range number, you have cycles in between there according to the month, the day, and the year you're born. Then you have the highlights in the destiny of the birthday by known as pinnacles. And then you have the challenges underneath the birthday that are known as your challenges. So we all have highs and lows in life. So I'm going to kind of touch on all of that. Um, and let me just take a couple of minutes to show you what I was talking about. And then tomorrow, I mean Monday, I'm gonna because I was gonna have a guest on, but this is what I'll do. The first thing was the numbers are like, why are you here? And that comes from the date of birth. The month, the day, and the year you're born is known as the in numerology destiny, life path, birth path, but it's really, really, I like to put it to people who may not know these jargons as a couple of my colleagues and I know in numerology, but it tells me what grade you're in the school of life. I tend to, when I say that to people, they can more grasp the concept that from the womb to the tomb, this is the grade they're in, and it all depends on how well you learn your lessons within this grade that takes you to the next level in the reincarnation, if for those that might believe in that. Then I explained there was the short range, and that comes from the date of birth. So I took the example of December the 24th of 1984, but it's the date of birth that gives me more my immediate response. And it determines your key numbers and days and dates and months and years and ages of important changes. I mean, it's just incredible. And then I was talking, I'm going to review this in more detail on Monday. Then I was talking about these cycles. The cycles are broken into the formative, productive harvest years that governs your early childhood, then your middle part of life when you become very productive, you're finding your way in the world, building a family, building a career, things like that. And then when you start reaching the other side of the rainbow, when you go into the years of retirement, things of that nature, just getting away from the challenges of life and trying to make your life easier toward the sunset of it. And then also, I talked about the pinnacles, the high points. I'm going to explain all this on Monday. Now, I'm just being short because I wanted to do this and then take examples from the comments. And then those are the high points. But the low points, the challenges are underneath the birthday. I will explain all of this in detail. I will not miss it out. But the ones that most of you are me accustomed to are the personal year, the personal month, the personal week, the personal days that we do all the time. So I'm just very sorry that I could not take your questions. I'm trying to stay on point with this today, but Monday I'm going to move my guests back, and I'm going to be my guest again on Monday. But I'm going to touch on all of these factors and go into details. And so if you can please join me again, that would be good. But in the meantime, try to make this event on Saturday, this Saturday, 11/11. And especially since everybody seems to be trying to chase the bag, as they call it. I don't know where they got this term from, but if that's what they want to call it, chase the bag. But my thing is how to keep yourself afloat economically with your monies and things like that. So this is going to be very important. So before I close out, I do want to let you know that today I do believe is the last day my courses are on sale. This is one of the cheapest that they've had it. So you see, for less than about dinner for two, lunch for two, you own all three. You possess them all. And it's the Learn from Lloyd series, How to Read a Person Like a Book, the next step in numerology, and the do's and don'ts of numerology. Okay. For those of you, please sign up for my monthly newsletter for November. And it's amazing. We're already into the 8th day. Before I know it, I'm going to be talking about December newsletter too, and then 2024. But please do that. And for those of you, each and every day, I had a meeting with the developers this morning. This thing is coming along. It's not 100%. Nothing's really 100% in that way, but it's getting better. And for those of you, I do thank you very much. And this is the outreach. So if you can't load it through Google or Apple, just go to star8.com and do it that way and link in. Or if you got any little glitches or something's not working right or subscriptions or something like that, make sure you reach out here at a star8llc@gmail. This way I can pass it on to developers, and it saves me a lot of time trying to articulate something I don't know since I'm not a tech person. But they understand. As soon as they see your message, they will know what to do, and they get right back to you. So I'm glad to say they don't be playing. And for those of you, thanks to Miss Kimberly Williams, I've now been introduced to TikTok, and the numbers are just amazing. So when you see parts of this show that I'm on, they're broken into little snippets for you to kind of give you an overview was what is talked about. And if you don't register for my online course, you can also, if you on TikTok, we have a special course for astronumerology for beginners on TikTok that you can sign up with. Okay, that's it for the most part. Wow, I got so many responses. Please try me again on Monday. By the way, let me say this to you. I know when I I look at this. Some of you are going to donate. I'm new to all of this. Believe me, I'm so busy focusing on trying to bring you information that you can use, as my good buddy Dominic Holmes says. But what I'm saying is, I don't want anybody to feel that in any way, shape, or form I'm taking your money or taking advantage because you gave money I didn't read you. So my rule is for me. So it can't be said we didn't have this conversation. If you want to make a donation other than thumbs up, which are absolutely free, okay? If you want to make a donation, only do it after I read you. Now, for those of you who just want to donate like the Williams in Chicago, they do that every week. God bless them. Other people too, God bless them too. But this way, because there's so many of you on here. And by the way, just do it once. There was a brother that did it a couple of times on Wednesday and Monday. And when I said that he was like, yo, brother, I didn't know. You don't know. But what I'm saying is, my moderators have been instructed, if you try to get your name in 2-3 times consecutively, you will be blocked, at least for that segment, because I don't know who's going on and stuff like that. So I'm just saying, but for those who are donating, their hard-earned monies and stuff like that, much appreciated. But I don't want people to feel that they are taken advantage of because I didn't read you. A lot of times, only when this show is over, I get to look and see all the comments. You guys have that advantage of seeing it while it's on the screen. I don't have that advantage like that. Or at least if it says I'm not that good and maybe I need to have a producer. But right now, I'm the producer, the director, the lights, cameras, actions. I be doing it all. So y'all seen it where my lights have gone out, the computer's gone out. So I've learned, I've gotten better. At least you don't have those things now. But at any rate, I do want to thank all of you very much. Have a safe weekend. I do look forward to seeing you this Saturday, 11/11, at this event. It's at Nicholas Bklyn at 1396 Fulton Street this coming Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. Seating is limited. It's a beautiful place, but the last time they had it was standing room only. So the ladies, y'all going to get a seat. That's how we roll. We're going to take care of y'all. There's no question about that. And the kids too. We take care of them too. And the guys, we do what we men have to do. All righty. So that's how that works. So everybody, I want to thank you very, very much. And you'll all have a most pleasant weekend and a very safe one. And I'll see you, for those that come live from the tri-state area of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. I look forward to seeing you live and in person, where I can say hello and thank you very, very much. All of y'all have a nice day in the meantime. And thank you. And y'all take good care. And I'll see you in a couple of days. And I'll talk to you next Monday when I'll go into these numbers in more details, where you have a visual illustration of what I'm talking about. In the meantime, bless you.